Strategy and Snark presents Dungeons and Dragons Online. Today we're going to go look at the Sands quest. It's specifically the Sands of Menechtarun. Don't think I've ever said that word out loud before. Most people just call it the Sands, or maybe the desert. So, it is a pretty big pack. It's recently been upgraded so that you can actually get level 30 versions of the items in addition to these level 10 versions and then the level 20 epic versions that we've had for a long time. To get there, you've actually got two options. There's a porter right here in the marketplace, actually not far from the Restless Isles porter we used recently. And he'll take you right to the new little hub zone. Or, the more canonical way for us to get there is actually over here in House Fjarlin. There is, right over here, I believe, one lonely little quest. Turned too soon. This, Iosin de Fjarlin is actually got a caravan going to the desert. So we can then literally click on the caravan and we're off. We have to protect the caravan from a couple waves of bad guys. So really? We're taking damage and I've barely loaded in. So we have to protect the caravans. We have to also keep at least two of the caravans alive, which is going to get awkward with only the two of, well, I say the two of me, but the hireling's not going to be that useful. Usually I've got my whole team of hirelings, and that makes it a little bit easier. Fortunately, we are on normal mode, so most things are going to go down fast. It is one of those wave fight type quests, so these enemies are actually weaker than normal because you're supposed to be fighting lots of them. Look, we're a tenth of the way through the quest already. In a perfect world, you've got at least one person on each side. The enemies don't actually aggro on the players right away. Some of them will just go right past you for the wagons. Like that. There's also scorpions that kind of pop up in the middle, just kind of by themselves. So I am running back and forth. Sneaky hyenas. I'm running back and forth to make sure that I don't miss like a scorpion running around and... Oh, two scorpions? Really? A solo melee is not exactly the optimal way to do this quest. If you're going to do this one on Elite, you really need to bring in friends. I've done it before, but it gets a little tight. It's not quite as bad as it used to be because this is an older pack, so your power creep kind of is on your side for once. So I'm not afraid of being overwhelmed. It's just a matter of if I can keep all of the stupid wagons alive, because I'm running back and forth. I don't know what minute it comes in, but there's also going to be drow archers up there on the ridges, which I am extra not good at handling because we are a melee. If I can get their attention so that they're aggroed on me instead of the wagons, that's usually good enough. Oh, look at that. 3 minutes down. It does ramp up a little bit as you go. Eventually they're going to start, like, attacking both sides at once, which is going to be awkward. I can't even really lean on the hireling to deal with the scorpions because Holy Smite doesn't actually do its full damage against scorpions because they are considered neutral, not evil. Four minutes down. So, I think this used to be required in order to get to the desert. But I don't know at what point they added the other teleporter. It's just one of those vague memories. The desert itself is primarily level 11 with a couple of 12s. But we're doing it now during our level 10 section because one of the 10-ish quests is level 10. I don't know why. There's just one of the quests is level 10. Ugh. A flame strike means that we've started to get some of the archers, because there are also priests up there. Can I even see him? There's the missionary. I got it targeted. So walk all the way back here and throw my throwing weapon at it so that we stop getting flame strikes coming down from above. Gotta get back into the afraid of melee things again. See, this is where it's going to start getting hard. Because I have to go deal with all 3 effective spawn locations. Might as well make the hireling aggressive. It's not going to do us any good if we fail the quest with a full mana bar. Alright. I can see arrows, but I can't actually target. I'm using tab and I'm looking. Oh, there's one. Trying to throw my throwing axe. The nice thing is the quest is short enough I don't have to worry about, like, my buffs expiring, although I say that as I look at my buff bar and I've apparently been dispelled. So I don't even have my buffs up. Didn't even notice that until I said something. Not that I've got time to stop and recast them. Fortunately, most of these things die really fast. We are over the halfway point. I don't believe we've lost any of the wagons yet. Oh. There's a named caster up there. That seems just mean, considering how little damage I do with my ranged weapon. Come on. Good job, hireling. I can just see his little HP bar going down slowly. Ugh. Why are the scorpions so mad at these wagons? Like, come on. I could almost see the hyenas, right? They're like basically pets. But the scorpions? Did they really have that much control over the scorpions? I guess they do. It is Volkur, as in Volkurim priest, the scorpion god. There's actually a quest in here that's pretty much scorpions themed, so maybe it makes sense. Alright, only 2 minutes left. I'm glad I had my cleaves, at least. This is a good quest for him. Gonna be better? Fireballs. But I don't have fireballs. Fireball's actually not that good in the desert. A lot of things are resistant to fire. But the point is still there. Is that wagon down? Yeah, I think my wagon's down. Didn't save all the wagons, but, I mean, honestly, she brought, what, one guy with a big sword, and then camped in this place that's, like, we're trapped in here, basically, right? Like, I guess it could be worse. They could be coming at us from all sides, but, like, there's ledges up there. Like, this is the perfect spot to ambush us. Why did we circle the wagons here? And, of course, the quest giver is hiding in the corner over here. Alright, we're down to the last minute. I'm pretty sure we can't fail at this point because they'd have to kill a lot of wagons really fast. So, quick note, when you do finish this quest, do not talk to the quest giver who's standing over there. Don't talk to her. Loot your chest first, because when you talk to her, she takes you out of the quest. And since the quest is finished, you cannot turn around to come back in to get the chest. So, don't spend too long opening your chests. Because I'm not convinced the enemies actually don't spawn anymore. Oh, see, there's another one. And because you technically haven't finished the quest, I think you can lose the quest at this point. If there's still somebody attacking and you have not actually talked to her yet. So now that I've opened all the treasure chests, now I'm going to talk to her. I guess there is a close window option, but we've used that before, remember? I don't remember what chain it was, but we hit close window and it skipped something and we got screwed. So don't trust it. Get your treasure, then talk to her. So here we are in Swabi's refuge. Man, the crystals in this place look really cool. Wow. That is a really cool view, but it does not look like most of the desert. So, there's all your basic necessities are here. This place is a little annoying to walk around, specifically because there's this pond. I guess it's an oasis in the middle of the town. You can't jump up that side. You can come down this way, but if I were to try to go that way, it doesn't work. So, the main thing that we want, for one thing, that door, I guess it's a tunnel to the other side of that hill. That's going to take us to the actual explorer area and all of the quests. However, the first thing we want to do is go check in with Swabi. This is his refuge. He is... That moon is huge. Here we go. Swabi the Elder Jinn. So, he is stuck here. He is... We're going to just... Now that we've talked to him, we're going to move on. A lot of wizard types will summon genies to be servants. It's a common thing. We are going to try to free him, because he was bound here by King Ram the Eternal, who is now a lich. Between the lich and his bride, more so the bride, he's stuck here. He hates being stuck here, but instead of, I mean, we'll get to it. So the first thing he needs to get free, he wants to crush What's his name? I just said his name. Ram. He wants the phylactery of Ram. So, conveniently, this other guy also wants Ram's phylactery. There's not a lot of... This guy is only here because somebody needs to be the guy you poke to accept the quest, okay? This guy, Mirok Thriceborn, he's like, oh, I've lived 3 times, and he wants to live again. He wants to extend his life even more. And he thinks doing something with the phylactery, he'll do it. Whatever. This guy, I'm surprised we haven't seen again. So this guy... Dida is not expecting this text. Weird. So this is the guy that we're going to get the second item from. He wants the Orb of the Jinn. Basically, it's going to power up. It's going to power up Swabi. I thought he said something about a trade. Like, we're supposed to go get the Orb of the Ifrit, the Fire Genie version, as opposed to the Air Genie. But I was glancing through his text there, and he's basically pulling the, look at all the poor slaves, go save them. If you took away the Orb of the Ifrit, the bad guys wouldn't be so scary. He doesn't say anything about the Orb of the Jinn. How would we know we're supposed to do that to... This one's the simple one. She wants us to go mess with the drow. And in exchange, she will give us the mark of the drow, which is far more simple than it would sound. There's the barkeep, the spirit binder, whatever. We got all 3 quests. So this is what we need. We need Mark of the Drow so that we... it's basically like a magical disguise, so we can sneak in for the last stuff. We need the Orb of the Jinn to power up Swabi, and we need the Phylactery of Rayam just for the sake of killing Rayam permanently. It's just kind of like, and I want to kill his dog too, basically. The Queen Lilat, is actually the more powerful of them. The King Rayam, the Eternal or whatever. Powerful, yes. Actually the source of issues out here? No. He is a lich, but he's just kind of chilling in his tomb. He's not actually doing anything. Queen Lilat, however, is a giant Merilith. And I guess she was going to go and do evil stuff? I don't know. Wrap it out, Swabi. Swabi's a nice guy. The desert is big, okay? The desert is very, very big. That attempts to pull up the map failed horribly. So, I can't even zoom this. That is not... I've done that twice now, I think. No, get out of here. If you do all of the explorers, it gives you the whole map. I kind of wish it would just do it if you've ever... Like, if you've ever done it, it does it on all your characters. This place is huge. So, we're going to start by going to the right. Because these quests are slightly closer. The desert is made up of basically 3 zones. To the right is the actual sandy portion that you would consider desert. We have to double back. Yes, this way. In addition to the 3 main quests, there are half a dozen extra quests, just walk-up quests. You don't have to talk to anybody to get them. You literally walk up to the quest, and it gives you the quest. Which is probably how all of them should have worked. Only one of those quest givers actually, like, is involved in what we're actually doing here. The other two are... That one guy's going to bug me. I'm going to read his text when we turn that quest in. So, Purge the Fallen Shrine. This is a quick quest. There are a bunch of demons. You are going to want Death Ward. So, Caco demons are one of the few... Oh, these guys are screwed. I forgot that we got all those bonuses against demons. Yeah, they're screwed. Even with their damage reduction. Anyway, Tale of the Fallen Hero. What it's referring to is... This is a tomb where I believe somebody stood up to King Rayam, the Lich, and he was cursed, basically. I think that's what happened. Like, he used to work for him, but he only did it because otherwise, like, his family would have got killed or something. So his reputation is in tatters, right? Because he has this tomb and everything. Everybody thinks he's just a traitor. So we're actually going to set the record straight. We're going to help his ghost. First, we're going to excise all the demons from his tomb. Stupid Mephit's trying to sneak up on me. Man, these demons do not stand a chance. Not even close. And we're actually pretty close in level to the level of this quest for once. Although we're very, very soon going to be leveling up. Probably... do I take a break and go level up midway, or do we just wait till the end of Sands? I don't think level 14 gives us anything fancy. So at the end of this episode, we're going to be leveling up. So, the reason I say you need Death Ward. Caco demons are one of the few enemies in the game that have Vorpal claws. So if they roll a natural 20, they just kill you. I think it still needs to roll against your fortification. So it's not just every 20 swings you die. I think it needs to break through your fortification, but I'm not sure about that. I think that I have died to them in the past, but I didn't understand why. We have Death Ward, though. I am moderately certain we have Death Ward. The Death Ward spell also works. I don't really want to test whether... I don't want to test how long it would take him to kill me. I don't want to have to walk all the way back. I have no idea where our Spirit Binder is. Whenever you die, you go back to... and you have to, like, release to leave the quest. You go back to wherever you told the game that you wanted to revive. You're supposed to talk to the person in every area as you go so that you have the shortest walk back. I have not once talked to anybody, so I'm pretty sure we would end up just all the way back on Korthos. That's my guess. That's an awkward walk. Alright, we should be basically at the end of this quest. All of the walk-ups are a lot shorter than the main quests. The 3 main quests, well, 2 of the 3 main quests are pretty long. The other ones are pretty short. Especially because we're just cutting through these guys. And There's a bunch of fire-themed guys in that boss room. So cast your fire resistance. I'm just waiting for the cloud to go away so I can see again. And here we go. Poke. There's the ghost. Well, there's a wraith we kill, and there's the guy. What did you do? His family cursed him for a betrayal he did not commit. He joined the Wizard King's army, but only to save his wife and children from harm. And so we go and, when we get back to town, we go and we tell his tale to his descendants so that they understand that they are not, you know, descended from a traitor. They actually... That is not a terrible hat, but it's never going to beat my hat. Yeah, we tell his tale to the great-great-grandkids. And they go, oh, okay. And then, you know, every Halloween they stop cursing his name or whatever. We help out a ghost. We got some XP. There are 2 more random quests out here. No, they're not random. 2 more walk-ups. And then a big one. They'll come into view here soon. I keep looking at the map as if it has anything on it. I just have to navigate by what I can see. So, what we've got... As soon as we crest this hill, I think we should be able to see them. We've got these big tombs. Should be 3 of them, of which I see 2. There's a 3rd one. So the big one, that's the tomb of the Wizard King. That's where the Lich lives. Lives? Rots? Plots? Sits around in a really boring room hoping there's somebody who walks by who can mess with him. Here we go. So he also entombed his physician and his astrologer. Which, in Egyptian terms, yeah, those are people you might take with you. This quest is level 10. It is the only level 10 quest in this entire pack. I don't know why it's level 10. Seems like an oversight when like everything else is 11 or 12. No, there was something over there. So our goal is to find the physician and kill him. Pretty simple. Man, I hate the noise those guys make. The gnolls make this like... I mean, you can probably hear it, but this like chirpy, like diseased hyena noise. I mean, even the hyenas don't make that bad of a noise. They just kind of growl. So, technically, this quest is a random quest because it doesn't always put the physician in the same spot. But the tomb's not really that big. It seems like it's big, but it's not. Once we get into the tomb itself, instead of the little entranceway with the hyenas. Come on, out of my way. Got stuff to do. Got a lot of quests to cover today. That's a dead end. See, all I've been doing right now is just ignoring dead ends. Like, you can physically see that that direction didn't go anywhere. So even though it's technically randomly placed in here, it's not randomly placed until you get to the back end of the quest. Now we've got some directions to go. So this is going to be the first possible room. Nothing. The right room will have a big old tomb right in the middle. I mean, that had a named zombie. We want one of those square rooms. One of them is going to have the physician in it. Boop, boop. I'm not even really going to stop to fight everything until... Nope, not that one. Just clearing out some of the chaff here. Because there's a treasure chest here. Of course it's locked. Nope, not that way. We'll hook back over there. And I think this leads to another whole section, if I remember right. I'm going to say the guy's going to be right there. I was wrong. Really? Which one of you farted? I've got this debuff over here that's slowing my movement speed. Because, oh no, sickening stink. Ooh, can I remove disease that away? No, damn. Like, we're in a tomb in a desert. This place is basically one giant hot fart. Oh, I found the main burial chamber. Must be over here on the left.
Chambers contain the mummified bodies of soldiers and elite citizens.
There we go. Big one. Wakey wakey. And smite. Seal of the soul. Yoink. What that's going to let us do is potentially skip a fight when we get into the center quest. So if you're just doing these for like the storyline stuff, you can skip the little fallen shrine we did, you can skip this tomb, you can skip the other one we're about to do, and just go straight for the Lich King. You don't have to do any of these other ones. They are all completely optional. But that's kind of not in the spirit of doing all of the quests. Oh, I forgot we could use our horse out here. Horses didn't exist back in the day, but they make traversing this place so much faster. We'll come back to that one. I do want to point out a couple of rare locations while I'm thinking about it. So I don't normally do the rare encounters unless they happen to be popping up. But this one, this specific little ledge right here is potentially a rare encounter, which unfortunately is not here right now. But it drops a good item. Like, the rare encounters in the desert legitimately drop good items, especially now that you can get, like, they're a little better than they were before, and they've got epic versions and then the level 30 legendary versions. We will be checking this after the quest we're going to do, and we're going to be checking it again after the next quest. Every time we run by, I should have done it when we first ran in. We're going to check that every time because we might get good items. We are also, now I've never got this item, but past the tombs, it's worth looking. There's I want to say there's 2 more rare encounters back here. And these ones also have a chance to spawn some of the other very good items. They used to be like, you would spend a lot of time just out here farming, just trying to get the spawns to come up so you can maybe hopefully get the items. I think I've maybe got one of them one time. Well, I mean, I get the one at the first location. I've got a couple of those because it's like right outside, so I see it a lot. But the rare encounters back here are a little bit more out of the way. I'm only going to do this the one time, especially because we're not even going to get not even one roll. Come on. Where's this? I mean, I don't 100% remember where all the things are either. That's another reason I'm only going to do it once. That looks like it probably was supposed to have something. So there's one that's kind of, you got to circle in a little bit, and there's a little ruin over here. And I want to say, wow, we got, oh, a chest. General Tanakh was actually here. All right. We get one shot, and we're going to see if he drops any items of note. And no. Bronze Snow Peak. Oh, because the winter event is going, so there's some of the winter event coins. Antique bronze tokens. You want those now. I used to just ignore them, but they are now used for upgrading your items. So those will drop in, I think, any treasure chest in the desert. And it will also drop in any of those little purple bags that the enemies sometimes drop. Just give you collectibles. Which I usually ignore, but I'm going to have to kind of remember to go out of my way to pick those up. I don't remember exactly which item is where, but the two big ones that I believe are that rare and that rare, at least in some combination. One of them is the Bloodstone, which was a trinket that gave you a massive bonus to your critical hit damage, if I remember right. And that was before it got updated. And then the other one was the Ring of Spell Storing, which gave you... It was one of the few little clickies that would give you back mana. I believe those are the two items. Chamber of Karush, the Astrologer. And then the easy one, the one I've actually got, that one's the Dusk Heart, which makes you blurry. It might only be a 10% blur, but it's still a 10% chance for things to just not hit you, and it's just passive on a trinket. I mean, I guess, yeah, we have smoke screen, so we kind of already have that, but the Dusk Heart also has plus HP on it in addition. Plus, who knows what they've done to it, because all the items got a little bit of a boost. This pack had a lot of high-end items for a long time. Like, some of these items, I think, were usable even without the upgrades. The upgrades just make them, like, legitimately useful instead of nostalgia useful. Hey, no casters. Alright. We're basically doing the exact same quest we just did. It's one level higher. The monsters are slightly different, but, I mean, look, entombed slaves are entombed slaves, right? We're just running around until we get close enough that it says we found the main burial chamber. Which is, you know, somewhere.
These dusty chambers contain the mummified bodies of soldiers and elite citizens.
I mean, there's only so much I could say about doing the same quest twice. And not there. Okay, I'm going to have to turn around and actually kill some of these guys. Again, we're looking for a random spot in the back half of the dungeon. Looks like that, but there's a thing there. Shouldn't be too long. Although I think we're currently rounding back to where we've already been. Fine. I'll go this way. And then straight through. Come on, just give me the guy. Just walking past all these undead, like, come on, we got a lot of quests to do. I don't want to spend all day looking for the random thing. It's gotta be over here. Oh, nope. There you go, I killed a bunch of zombies. Well, ghasts. Ghasts are not technically zombies, I think. They're undead. Feed on carrion and such. Come on, we've been over a lot of this tomb. There we go. Found the main burial chamber. Wakey wakey. And smite. Not a whole lot of XP, but it was enough to tip us over that level. I'm not turning around to level up right now, though. Seal of the Heavens. Yoink. Okay. We got what is probably the... Bicek returning throwing axe? Really? No other specials? We got the basically the worst two out of the way. Those two tombs are very... They're just... If the things find the guy. Now, assuming I'm not forgetting anything, everything else is a far more interesting, unique quest. I'm going to go poke our heads over here, see if the easily accessible rare has spawned. We might not have even been in that dungeon long enough to actually reset the desert. I do not see a treasure chest, so I'm going to say it's not here. So we're just going to ride straight for the tomb of the Wizard King. Not the Lich King. That's trademarked. Over the skeleton. Tomb of the Wizard King. Now, this one is not like the other two tombs we've gone through. This one is an actual... This one's a dungeon. Who boy is it a dungeon? So, step one, clear the entrance. There's 4 little groups of gnolls. Well, 5 if you count the... There are 5 groups of gnolls. Because there's no reason not to count. Get out of here, gnolls. Are there more gnolls over here? There might actually be... 6 if you count this one guy by himself as a separate group. Whatever, there's 13 more enemies. And... Really? By yourself? I mean, he might have had a puppy. Yes, there are 2 sets of shrines right here at the entrance. Remember, if you're playing on hard or elite mode, you only get to use them shrines once. They're giving you 2 shrines at the beginning. You might still need more. This is a long... If you full complete this dungeon, it's pretty long. I'm going to... I guess we'll see what luck has in store for us. Alright. Crest of the Scorpion right there on the ground. And boop into the socket. What's the point of that? That's just them making sure you didn't miss a gnoll so that you didn't accidentally make the quest incompletable. That has opened 2 doors. So, the gimmick to this quest. There are 3 towers the Wizard King is at the top of one of them. The other two have his minions, like big named minions, worth quite a bit of XP. If you full clear this dungeon, it's a ton of XP. It's almost 9,000, and I haven't even done any of the optionals or anything. So max XP is you do all 3 towers. Fastest XP, and the way people actually farm this one out, you bring 3 people, each of you solos a tower, and you get all the XP, and you only ever have to do 1 tower. I'm not gonna go out of my way to do all 3 towers. Once you've seen a tower, you've seen all 3 towers. They are literally the same. We're going through very similar rooms of mummies and skeletons and traps. A lot of these are trapped with a whole bunch of crumbling floors and stuff, but they are functionally identical, even if the orientation of the room might have changed. Yeah, he actually took some hits. So you have to kill Eternal Gatekeeper, opens up the wall over there so we can keep going. There are rooms in there, but you actually don't want to be in there. All the sarcophagus are going to have mummies in them. Wakey, wakey. So that's where we want to go. So, every tower has 1 or 2 of these types of room. I think each one has 1. If I just run across here, the floor is going to crumble out. So instead... So if it does crumble, there is a lever down there that'll open the door so you can run back over here and try again. What I want to do is try to trick the floor into crumbling. Normally I would have a melee hireling, and I would tell it to go attack whatever enemies over there, but Miss Blaster over here just killed my skeleton, and it's going to make that really awkward, so we're just going to try to... Whoa. I didn't realize it could break in the doorway. So there we go. See all that green mist? If we had been standing anywhere over there, we'd be in the room below having to fight whatever pops in there until we can hit the lever. From here, I'm going to target that lever and tell the hireling to go pull it. She will trigger the crumbly floor, or not. She'll just pull the lever. Okay. Door's open. Let's go. What normally happens is she... Oh, that looks like a trap. What normally happens is she triggers the crumbly floor and falls in, so I can go on the floor that didn't crumble. But she made it all the way there and pulled the lever, so... Skip. I'm going to pull this lever. It's going to open that wall again. Oh no, we've been trapped in here with this eternal warrior. This uneternal warrior. And we've seen this room before already, just in this tower. Kill a mummy. Gotta open the door, so we're gonna come and pull the lever. Maybe they're gonna shut the door on us, and we're gonna kill something to kill, and then we open. All 3 of these towers are like exactly the same. The order of the shape of the room might change, but they are nice little challenge runs. We haven't seen any traps yet, which is interesting. Like this, for instance, can have a trap on it. It's the little spinning blade traps that pop out of the ground right here. There's often acid traps and blade traps all over. We have not seen... Oh, like that. There's some acid traps. I was going to say, like, I have not seen nearly enough traps. Really? You're going to, like, run away from me? Alright. I want to say we're at the top. Yep.
A genie blocks your path.
We're at the top of the tower. This guy is bound to stop us. If we want to go through that door, we have to kill him. Or we give up the seal of the heavens that we got from the other tomb. And we get the XP, he gets to go away, and we don't have to kill him to make him go away. Just, that's the best case scenario right there. 3 towers. We only have 2 of the things. The third one is on the bottom floor of this dungeon. Which, if we're unlucky, we're about to see. Did we get Rayam? Nope. So, this is one of the henchmen. So, henchman goes down. The floor breaks. It says there's a treasure chest there. You can't get it. I'm going to hold shift to get us down to the bottom faster and actually, you know, not purposely crash into the floor for once. This is a big square, and it's going to take us back to the center room. There is another pair of rest shrines in here, if your intelligence is high enough to get in. Thankfully, my hireling is smarter than me. Let's see, where is it at? Here we go. The Wizard King's treasure chamber. You have to defeat both of the minions and the boss, and the Wizard King himself. So, all 3 towers, and then you can go in here and loot all that treasure. And there's 3 chests in there. But you have to go all 3. I still can't use the thing. What are you doing? You have to do all 3. Would you please let us out of here? Thank you. So like I said, this is a big square. So we're just going to hook our way back over to the entrance. This is a trap room. It will close the doors as we go in. Sometimes, apparently. And then you have to kill... Oh, there it goes. It was just a little slow. You have to kill all the enemies in order to open the door, and the hireling just nuked them all. So there we go. Somewhere on this bottom floor is a treasure chest. If you find it, that is the 3rd seal, so that you can avoid fighting a mini-boss. It's not a hard fight that you skip, but I do kind of like using the seals to skip the fight. So, through some rubble, and we're right back where we started. So we're going to go try again. Tower number 1 is straight to the north. They call it the North Tower. Tower number 2 is way over on this side. And the 3rd tower is on the bottom side, but you need to turn left and go up the other door we didn't go through. There is a little awkward bit here. This floor type right here will crumble. It is possible for the entire thing to crumble, and then you can't cross, because I can't make that jump. So I am going to just kind of run straight in the middle, because I don't know if it's going to be left, right, or both that crumble. I'm just going to kind of run and jump. Okay, we got 0 crumble. Better to be safe than sorry. Up and again. Just making sure I'm also pulling my hireling across so she doesn't inadvertently trigger it to crumble, just in case we need to come across again. Which I don't think is going to happen, but you never know. So, here's the entrance to tower number 2. So the first one was, boop, straight in. The other one is straight down the other path. And we're going to do basically the exact same thing we did for the first one. We're going to flip a lever to open a door. It's going to lock us in. Oh, first one doesn't lock us in apparently. Just going to punch the guys as we go. It's good to see. It's going to look exactly the same. Oh, look. There's a guy on the ground. When we kill him... Wait for it. Oh, look, a door opened. Oh, but now we're at the pillars, so we're going to do the crumbly floor room next. I can tell, because those are the doors we would exit if we fell down the crumbly room. Fine, I'll open the door myself. Here's the crumble room. I probably should have had the hireling rest. Oh, that's interesting. It's been a while since I've seen horizontal spikies. Get up here. If you're gonna shoot the guy, just shoot him. Alright, I want you to run at that guy instead of just shooting at him, but... Okay, we made it. And I want you to get just close enough I can target the lever and make her run for it. That's what normally happens. So we're going to walk on the other side of the room. Call the hireling back up here. Now these are pretty trapped. So I'm going to have the hireling do it anyway. And boom. If you have a high enough intelligence, you can read these stone tablets. Unfortunately, the hireling can't do that for you. If you have a high enough intelligence, read the stone tablet. It'll tell you who's at the top of the tower. So you only have to go halfway up, and then you go, oh, this is this guy. This feels... right, because I didn't break this one. The optimum pattern is Minion, Lich, Wizard King, Minion. Is really if you're going to do all of them. Reason being is the Wizard King does not cause the floor in his room to crumble, so you have to actually walk all the way out of his. And I'd rather just end the quest while being able to just drop straight down to the treasure, especially if I went out of my way to get the actual treasure. This feels like another crumble room. Hireling, I have a job for you. Is she gonna make it the whole way? Wow. Thank you. Use hirelings, folks. They are there for a reason. They are there to make your day easier. Not only did I not have to run the rest of that direction, but I didn't have to risk falling down the crumble blocks, which apparently there weren't any in that room. This is the Ifrit. He is the one we don't have the thing for. He's the one we had to run around in the basement to find the chest. I don't have it, so it is a duel to the death. And he's down. We still get the XP, but especially if you're doing like elite mode, it's nice to skip the fight, not waste the resources. You don't have enough juice to actually heal me. I have, however, this wand of cure wounds that I've been carrying around. Yeah. We'll just top ourselves off with my magic wand. There we go. Alright, what do we get? There's the boss. Now we are well equipped to take him down. And there's the phylactery. Yoink! If you're a spellcaster, he's way harder. Fine, we'll go do the other tower. We'll go do it. I don't like it. I don't like that I have to walk all the way back. Like, if you have Dimension Door, you can just warp back to the entrance, but I have to walk. It sucks. I can't even recall and walk back in because the quest is complete. Yeah. Almost 11k is pretty good. I can't walk out because the quest is complete. It'll delete this instance the second I walk out. This is the best pattern, in my opinion, though. Well, ending on anything... I guess it doesn't matter. You have to walk back to the beginning anyway. I just like ending on a minion. I think technically getting the Wizard King last is the best, because then all the other enemies we're fighting on the way count towards our kill bonus. Like, see, I didn't kill enough monsters yet because we only did 2 of the 3 towers. So that's 10 to 25% experience that I didn't get for this quest that I'm going to earn as we go. Oh no. So you see the red thing over my head? That's a curse. It used to be permanent. Oh, that's Mummy's curse. That's different. Whoop. Whoop. Apparently that is not... Apparently my remove disease is not good enough by itself. Here we go. Tower number 3. Here we go. I should probably go and tell the hireling to rest since we are out of juice. Oh, a slightly different looking place for the lever. So it's going to be basically the exact same thing a third time, but at the end of this one we get a bunch of treasure chests. Maybe we'll even get a named item. So, couple curses to keep in mind. The clay golems can curse you so that you don't heal, which is bad if you don't realize that's what they're doing. They used to be permanent, so you had to either have a potion of curse removal or a hireling that could do it. These days it's got a timer on it. The other curse is that mummy rot. That's when the mummies hit you. It needs a remove disease and a remove curse. Otherwise, it'll still come back. And because it needs 2 things, finishing the quest and getting that free rest when you leave a quest isn't good enough. Go attack that guy. Will you just... Really? Go attack that guy. Wow. Rut... I'm jumping to try to not fall in. Really? Caster? Fine. Get over here. Go pull the lever so I don't have to run over there. Go pull the lever. Thank you. And she made it. And the word lever disappeared, so I know she successfully pulled the lever. So now we're going to go around because I don't think I can make that jump. Call the hireling back up here. Anyway, before I got distracted, I was saying the mummy rot. So normally when you leave a quest, you get a full heal, a full, just as if you had used a rest shrine, but only one. So it'll give you the remove disease / remove curse effect, but only once, and you need two. You need both of them to cure mummy rot. So you can leave the quest and still have mummy rot, and go back to town, still have mummy rot, and you'll just be diseased running around town. And it used to be a problem. It used to be like if you were a weaker, lower level character and you had taken some damage wandering through the wilderness, you still had the mummy rot. I want to say it inhibits healing a little bit. It does damage to you over time. You could be in town and just dying and just hoping that a cleric would walk by. Alright, good job. Door open. Doesn't happen so much anymore. Most of the hirelings are... Oh, we actually found a trap for once. So we run through them to kill the guy. I wasn't lying about there being traps. It's just apparently it's either normal mode has a lot less, or I've just gotten really lucky to this point. Lots and lots of traps. Alright. We can skip this fight by using the Seal of the Soul that we picked up before. And we're going to fight a minion. We know it's a minion because we already killed the boss. Get over here, minion. And away goes the floor. Aim back towards the middle. And now, because all three of them are dead, we can access the treasure chamber. Oh. What? Apparently I got turned around. Whatever. Now to the treasure chamber. I saw a chest on the map and I thought that was pointing me over here. Alright, hireling, come open the door. I'm really glad that the hireling didn't die, because in hindsight I wouldn't have been able to get in here. There we go. There's your free XP, and you get the 3 treasure chests. Nothing. Nothing. And... nothing. Well, what are you? That's actually not... That's actually pretty good. So, thaumaturgic means it's at putting 2 different elemental types together into one bonus. So you get 2 for the price of 1. And then the second effect is fire lore. But one of the 2 things in the thaumaturgic is combustion, which is fire. So it's basically a fire of fire lore. Plus it has some potency, plus it has impulse, which is the force, like magic missile spell power. That's actually really decent. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take that and we're going to keep it. Keeped. Was it worth the extra 5 minutes of running up the other tower? Not really. But hey, we did it. We did the whole quest. That was almost an entire bar of XP. Alright, we are done with the traditional desert portion. We're just going to check that rare one more time as we run by. Where are you at, Rare? A little further south. We're going to see you at all? I used to see you like every time. And we've got you 0 time. Oh, no, it's here. Okay. There we go. Palomar, it's a method. And it's dead. The chest just didn't spawn as close as I'm used to. Or from... Oh, there we go. Dust cart. There's the item I was talking about. It's the easiest of these items to get. As opposed to the Bloodstone and Ring of Spell Storing. But hey, we got one. We're going to get on the horse. And eventually those guys will give up chasing me. Where are you at, Dust cart? What do you do these days? Dusk, so you have a 10% chance to miss you due to concealment. We currently have a 20% on our bottle of smoke, but this also gives us 23 extra hit points, a straight up 6% chance to dodge, and +5 to armor class. Plus, it's apparently part of a set bonus that I'm not familiar with. That's pretty cool. Realized I'm going the wrong way. Yeah, they added a bunch of stuff to here. I'm not sure if it's worth the dodge percentage to give up 10% concealment. I mean, it would be if we could cast Blur, because I'm pretty sure the trinket we have right now does not stack with Blur. But since I can't cast Blur... So dodge is really good. What dodge is it's exactly what it sounds like. 6% to dodge means there is a 6% chance that you just completely ignore an attack. So here's the walk-up quest for, we call this the Fire Mountain. We are very barely into the zone, but we're going to do the quick quest first and then the big one. We want to pick up a bunch of the gems. We're just kind of stealing all their stuff. Do not miss this bridge. That's lava. It hurts. It's hard to get out of, but you kind of have to go out of your way to land in it. Just don't jump off the bridge. Don't miss the bridge as you run by. There are 4 sections to this quest, but they're all very small. This is a pretty well segmented quest. So I'm just following the bridge. It'll take us to this first section. This section of the desert is controlled by the gnolls, so there's going to be a lot of gnolls. Apparently there's a huge rust monster. Get out of here. I ain't afraid of you. You want to hit these storage bins. Impure black iron. Check. Bang. So that's what we're looking for. 4 black iron, 2 jacinth, 2 blood rubies, 2 fire opals. They are more or less located in their own sections of the quest. So since we found black iron, that's all we're going to find until we get back to the center room and go a different way. Black iron, check. Black iron, check. There's more than you need. I believe there's double what you need of each type. So you can just turn around and go back to the main room once you have what you need. But here's the main room and we only have 3. So we need to poke our heads a little farther in because we're not going to find things outside of their own section. So we're in the black iron section. We need the other piece of black iron before we leave or we're going to have to come back. So let's just get it done now. Black iron. Black iron. There we go. Now we can follow the path back out into the main room. And it doesn't matter that we didn't go this way or over here, because we're done with this section. Let's just go straight across, I think, maybe. Yeah, there's the entrance of the quest. So we just went straight last time, so this time we're going to turn. Turn and go up. I think there's a shrine up there. And so we're going to go this way. Once you have what you need, you just feel free to turn around. Commander need. Okay, I didn't even get to read it. It died so fast. Look, a storage bin with a ruby. One down. And ruby down. Well, I am actually going to just turn around and go back the way we came since we got them immediately. And now we're going to head straight that way to that door. This is kind of the longest one. So maybe I'm going to turn first. We're going to do this section over here in the bottom right first, because it's another one like the rubies. We're going to go like 2 steps and get the thing. Bonk, opal. Bonk, opal. Turn around, leave. Now we just gotta go get the jacinth. I think that's how you say that. Jacinth? Jacinth? I think it's jacinth. I don't know what's up with this, like, one guy who's, like, in prison. Like, is he hiding from us or is he being punished and then we just leave him there? I don't know. So there's this big center arena. You can climb up there and fight another optional guy, or you can just grab a couple jacinth and be done. If you want up there, I'm hitting jump at the same time as trying to climb. We can come up here and fight this guy. Get a free chest. There's no true boss to this quest, so there's no end chest. We might not even get this open. There we go. There's a lot of archers, so we're gonna have to go run over here and then we can finish. Or not. I did not go far enough to get out of the way of the archers. Now we will finish. Me and my cat. So yeah, that's a pretty quick 5 minutes. 5 minutes for 5K, that's not bad. Now, granted, you have to run all the way out here, but... Now for probably the hardest quest out here. We need to get basically on top of that mountain. To do so, we're going to go counterclockwise around the mountain. I'm just ignoring all these guys because they won't be able to chase us anyway. So we're going to get to this little river, which is itself an explorer, I believe. So, yeah, just free XP. What do we got on Explorer? 7 out of 25. 25. Oh, crap. I forgot to finish my thought from earlier. This is not a good time for it. So what we want is we want to get up there on those paths. So we need on that bridge as the start. To do that, we need to get on this rock. Back on my horse for my movement speed. So we are... I don't have the map, so no point in even trying to show it. So yeah, this bridge here will let us finally get up on those switchbacks. And then we can work our way up. If you just run towards the gold door, like you just... Because we came in from the other section of desert right here. You can see it transition on the map there. If you come straight down here, you ain't going to be able to get up there. You got to come quite a ways around. We're going to walk away from the quest right now. Because we are on the middle tier and we need the higher tier. So we are going all the way around. It is a big climb. And this is one of the required quests. It's another case of like getting to the quest is almost its own adventure. It's nice enough. Kind of looks like Arizona. Boing. Apparently one of them actually hit my horse. Oh, burning blood. Whatever. Killed that guy. Killed that guy. Didn't actually intend to... Didn't think I was going to one-shot the second guy. Alright, we're almost there. I remember the first couple times I was trying to do this quest. Man, is it a long run. Especially when you die in the quest and you're desperately trying to run back before it resets because you've only got 5 minutes to get back in the quest. Man, I did not make it and I was mad. Chains of Flame. Quick note for anybody following along with this playthrough. You do need to bring a cleric hireling or curse removal potions or curse removal spell to successfully do this quest in the non-crazy way. Just throwing that out here right at the beginning, just in case you're playing along at the same time. Just don't even try this quest unless you can remove curse in some way. Alright. After what seems like a century of running, we're at the Burning City. Chains of Flame. This entire quest is you trying to climb all the way up while being shot at by gnolls that you can't reach because they're way up high. You want to be careful not to fall down because its floor is lava. There is a portal down there. It'll bring you back up if you fall down, but if you don't have fire resistance, you're probably going to die before you can find the portal to get back out. I'm not going to lie, I hate this quest. I hate this quest. It is nothing but being shot at while you're running around in circles picking up keys to go up. There's nothing unique to this quest. It's just a slog. And it's so far out into the desert. It's a 3D quest because you're climbing, so the map is useless. Really? You guys are just going to walk past me too? Screw you guys. You're all going to die. It's just nothing but hallways and killing while you look for keys. While things shoot at you that you can't shoot back. Too many times I've had to redo the quest too. Have to run all the way back out here because you make one little mistake or you didn't come all the way prepared, or I don't even know what the hell the hireling is doing that it's It's on aggressive and it's half dead. Probably because it's getting shot repeatedly, wasting its mana trying to reach those archers that are forever going to shoot us with their infinite range and infinite arrows while standing up on ledges. While we just run back and forth picking up keys to go one level at a time up 5 different, maybe 6 different levels of this place. And it's all going to look like this. It's all going to just be rooms with gnolls in it. This is it. This is it. You can fast forward the entire quest. It's going to be nothing but this. It says free 15 slaves. You actually need to free 16 slaves. If you free 15 slaves, you can't finish the quest. Now there are 30 slaves, so it's not like it's hard to get 16. But if you are slacking and you skip some because you're like, I'll just get some later, you might have to backtrack and look for number 16, and the quest will not tell you that you needed the 16th one. Just won't tell you. You'll just need a key and you won't be able to get it. We're using a key here instead of going back up to the first door because we get 2 keys on the other side of this one. Alright, you've successfully slowed me down by 3 seconds. Thank you for that. So, there's a cook right here and a poor guy who's about to get baked. And baked. There's nothing I can do about that. I want to say, like, the wiki said something about you need a lot of bluff. And if you've got enough bluff, you stop that. You're embarrassing yourself. If you have enough bluff, you can trick the guy so you can kill him first. This is a flaming sphere. We've seen them in Necropolis Part 1. Get out of here. It's an enemy spellcaster. Cast it, and it'll just follow me around trying to set me on fire until it expires. You can't hurt it, but the hireling is stupid enough it's going to sit there spamming all of its spells trying to kill the invulnerable thing, because it can target it for some reason. We're going to go get another key. Get out of here. Yeah, I didn't think I was going to be able to get the door without killing him. What could be behind this door as we're being shot by archers again? More gnolls? And a key. And some slaves. The chest is just random loot. I'm not even... I don't want to be here any longer than I have to be. There's also backtracking, my favorite. As I'm attempting to remember to pick up the purple bags for the free tokens. Oh, traps. Ha, okay, I am slightly amused that I one-shot at all of those guys. Okay, hireling, come cover me. Hireling? Get over here. You take the arrows so that I can pull the lever. Good enough. Hireling should be grateful. Usually I make the hireling pull the levers. Bunch of slightly spaced out methods just so I have to run between them. This is one of the only shrines in the quest, so we might as well reload on Tanya so she can go waste her mana on even more things. There's just so much ground to cover in this quest, and none of it means anything. It's just so long, and all we're doing is trying to get up to the top. Like, it's so long, and it's nothing but gnolls and being shot at. I want to say this is just more slaves if we go this way. Fire elemental pops up slightly next to where I was looking at. Pretty sure this is just more slaves going this way, which I could skip. Assuming I'm right, I could skip because we can just get later slaves, but let's make sure that I'm not missing anything. We do get a key to this door later. There is a chest in there. I think you can pick the door too. I can't test that though. There we go. Slave, slave. Yes, yes. If it was so easy for them to run out, they should have just already run out, because I'm not really taking that many of these things out. And they still have the entire desert to cross. Like, how are the slaves going to get anywhere? It's like escaping from Las Vegas. Like, you're still in the middle of the desert. So this door, if I remember right... Yeah, so when you see these little, like, the blue torched rooms with the checkerboard, this first one is heavily trapped. It's got a bunch of those spinning blade traps, which apparently hurt me without actually spawning. There we go. As they just pop into existence. I don't think there's a way to avoid them other than to disable them. I, of course, just charge through. Okay, so here's a trap you can avoid. There are blade traps that swing from either side, but if you stay right in the middle, they can't reach you. So that one you actually can avoid the trap. Now, how the gnoll... Seriously, you're just gonna slow me down from opening the door? Jerks. How the gnolls managed to get through here without getting chopped up in their own trap because there's no lever to turn it off? I don't know. Got a key. Got a lever. And a slave. There's a bunch of guys up there. We're going to be walking across that bridge later, so we'll just kill them when we get to them. Again, aiming for the middle so that the trap doesn't quite reach us. And around the corner again. We're maybe halfway. This is such a long quest of run down the hallway. Oh, what's it down that way? Is that the way we want to go? Yeah, I think that's the way we go. This is an optional bit right here. This is a Minotaur that he's like their smith. So when you free him, it summons a bunch of elementals. You need to keep an eye out for your hireling in this room, because not only are they sometimes too dumb not to just jump in the lava, but the air elemental can push them into the lava. So you make sure you hit that follow button so that you don't lose your hireling. And a couple slaves. Hello, slave. Hello, slave. And across the bridge to go up another floor. There's a ladder right here that's kind of hard to see. This is how you get up while being shot at again. Get out of here. Get out of here. Shoo. Because if the first 6 times you do this aren't enough, now we're going to go down some hallways while being shot at from above by archers.
The most powerful firebrand.
So this is the same look as the room that had the traps in it, but the trap here is the hyenas. So this one, not trapped. There is one more of them that will be trapped later. So here's that bridge that I pointed out that we'd be up on later. Oh, more guys. Still hate their noise. It's even worse when you're already annoyed having to do this quest. So this is the second shrine. We can't get to it from here. We need to flip that lever and then we can cross and get to the shrine. I'm actually going to leave the hireling behind for a little while because we are not planning on going to that shrine and we need the hireling. Alright. And through. Remember, if you can't get the... You can either... I could turn around and use my throwing weapon and actually kill those archers, and they would stop shooting at me, because they'll be dead. So I could clear the enemies and then open the doors. If you don't have a good enough ranged weapon, you could also summon the hireling to yourself and either use you or the hireling as a physical shield to block the arrows, and the other one flips the lever. That works pretty good in this quest. Oh look, another hallway where we're getting shot at from above.
Rude challenges and insults of your invasion.
Nothing that way. Oh, there's a slave. So here's slave number 15. We need one more to actually be able to beat the quest. Where are we at? Okay, there was 2 of those rooms. So, spikes in the purple tiley room. That is not the one I was thinking of. There's one room on the floor above us. We are basically on the second to last floor up. Slave number 16 gives us the key that we need to get to the boss. So, through the forward door here is going to actually take us to... If we go... I hate being shot at by those guys. You guys are trying really, really hard to kill me, and it is only going to annoy me. If I go through that way, I can hit that lever and access the shrine. Like, I'd have to jump down and climb back up. I'm going to use my other lay on hands. I'd have to climb back up again, so I'm not going to do it. I will, I suppose, free these slaves since I'm literally right here. We picked up the key. That's what we needed. We've got one more obnoxious section coming up here. And then we're basically free to just run to the end of the quest. So this guy. Here's a regular slave. And then here's like a super slave. Like for some reason, they really hated this guy and they've cursed him with blindness. Here's the problem. You have to free him, and the only way to free him is to take his curse of blindness, which legitimately, Q, blinds you. Straight up blinds you. And then you get attacked by ogre mages. So, there we go. The reason I set the hireling behind, I needed the hireling to cast Remove Blindness. Pretty much every hireling has it. But this hireling in particular churns through its mana so fast that if it was out of mana, I'm screwed. Now that all the... Oh no, there's 2 more ogre mages. I have preemptively jumped down. She's going to get the other one killed before I get to the top of the ladder again. Where are you at? You're over there. And you're dead. It says optional. You could... The problem is... I'm going to go ahead and send him on his way. The problem is... The door forward only opens when the ogre mages attacks. So you free him, he opens up this little alcove with a chest in it. But this door opens when the ogre mages attack. And they only attack when you take the blindness curse. So if you don't have a blindness immunity item, a blindness, a cure, well, a lot of cure blindness potions, or a cure curse potion, you're blind. Permanently. Even if you leave the quest. Even if you go back to town. Even if you teleport away. You'll be in town and blind. Until somebody actually casts Remove Curse on you. It's bullshit. You can't use Unyielding Sovereignty because there's no Remove Curse section to it. It removes everything except Curse. The Paladin thing doesn't remove Curse. You need the actual spell specifically Remove Curse. Which the hireling has, as long as the hireling has some mana left. So you can't... Don't let your hireling die. Don't let him run out of NP. Or, you know, you could be just wearing a remove... Not remove. You could be wearing a blindness immunity item, which I haven't found one. I haven't bothered with it because we're using our goggle slot for wisdom. There's a couple ways around it, but if you don't come in here prepared, if you're not running with the hireling, you're just like some fighter or a wizard or something, like la 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 la, I don't care about blindness. Click, click, click. Oh, I'm blind. Permanently blind. Like, you have to log your character out and hope that in a day or two the game forgets. Well, obviously that has happened to me a couple times, that I've just not realized that I didn't have remove curse. There's potion, hireling, item, right? There's 3 ways that you could get around that curse. It's also supposed to turn itself off. It's supposed to turn itself off if you kill the mages and free the guy. It doesn't. It doesn't go away. If you get stuck, you can recall back to town. You can stand at the entrance of the Demon Sands area and put out like a... Go into grouping, create a group, and just say, I'm stuck, I'm blind at entrance to Demon Sands. Can someone help me? Someone will come cast Remove Curse. Because most of the experienced players are going to read what you wrote there and be like, I know exactly what happened, and they're going to run out there and they're going to help you. Somebody will help you. If your problem was that the hireling was stupid and burned all of its mana, another option, if that's the only thing, if you've got the cleric hireling and it's either dead or out of mana, recall, like just hit recall, step out of the quest, kick the hireling out of the party, recall, turn your character around while still blind and just walk back into the quest. You'll be at the entrance of the quest, and in 5 minutes you can resummon your hireling and it'll just automatically cure your blindness. So if you've got a hireling and it ran out of mana or it died, you can just take the XP penalty for the re-entry and it'll fix your blindness. You just have to walk all the way back. You don't lose your progress, you just have to backtrack all the way through. I almost walked into the trap again. This is the last trap. It's another tiled purpley blue room. I believe you can squeeze your way around that corner there, but it's also just a big blade trap. Anyway, I hate this quest. Up we go to actually go fight the boss. Again, no backup on the hireling because she burns her mana so fast. But it's not really going to matter because I have fire resistance and that makes me immune to most of the things that they're going to try to do. Look! Hallways with archers. Where have I seen this every room of this quest? With the annoying sound effects. Yeah, yeah. Today on Strategy and Snark, you get more snark. Hasn't been enough snark on this channel lately. Get out of my way. I will say, part of it is my fault, right? I'm trying to do the entire Demon Sands in one sitting. Don't do that. This is a huge expansion. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9 or 10 quests plus 2 raids. 2 raids? 2. I think it's a pre-raid and a raid. I don't remember. You brought 91 mana. I might as well cast my buffs. I have got my fire resistance stuff. So the boss here is a gnoll, but there's also a Efreet in here who's going to cast a bunch of fire spells. So fire resistance, big help. Suppose I will extend it to her. And we should be good to just go kick these guys' face in. If you need a little bit more space, you can kind of kite them around the corner here. So run back out of the room and around the corner, and at least the archers and stuff. It'll delay how long it takes the guys to get you. So here I am taking the Efreet out, and the general got distracted by the hireling. So you can break them up. You don't have to fight the whole pile of them at once. Kick the door down, back up. And nothing in the chest. You finish the chest, or quest, by clicking this Ifriti Horde to get the Orb of the Ifrit. And we're out. I never look forward to this quest. For being honest,
The heat of the desert
I usually skip the entire desert these days.
temperature emanating from the burning city.
The desert is a big pack. It's got a lot to it. But as I'm playing through it again, it's like, alright. We're not even done yet, right? I recalled because it's faster. We're not done with the desert. There's at least 2 more quests for me to run over and do. Maybe a third. I think there might be one I'm forgetting, which is why I hesitate to put a firm number on it. There's one more main quest. And I'm sure that there's one more side quest. There might be another side quest. We'll see if my muscle memory takes me in the right direction. Guess we could just kind of look at the map. Alright, maybe there's only one side quest out here. Oh, I have them all written down. Duh. Scroll, scroll, scroll. Where are you at, Sans? Shrine, astrologer, physician, Rayum, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, okay. One side quest. There's one side quest left. Okay, I don't have to worry about having forgotten anything. So the last side quest is on. This is the right side of the map, but it's turning left when you walk into the desert because you're facing south when you walk in. Right side up to the top, Volcurum Cache. I think it's just Kresh? Kresh. Wasn't sure if it was Cache or Kresh. It's a pretty quick quest. We're just here to kill a bunch of scorpions. Because they like scorpions, and I don't like them, because I actually don't know why we don't like them. We've actually allied with the scorpion god followers in the past. And as far as I can tell, they aren't explicitly doing anything evil other than just kind of living out here in the desert, kind of minding their own business. So, yeah, Volkur is an evil god, I think, but they're not doing anything other than maybe being associated with the Demon Queen. I'm not convinced that the local tribe needed to die for us to take out the Demon Queen. Things are a little more nuanced in Eberron. Like, if this was on regular D&D world of Toril, if I remember right, yeah, you could say, like, well, you know, the Drow are almost universally evil. And that's a sticky subject these days, but I think it's not unreasonable that... I mean, they're written that way. That's what it really comes down to. They're written so that their entire society is evil. Like, they're... anybody who disagrees with their mustache-twirlingly evil ways is put to death. Like, and it's actively enforced by Lolth, their god. There's not a whole lot you can do to say, like, oh, maybe they're misunderstood. No, they're actively pushed forward by a big old spider demon queen who actively wants them all to be evil and murders anyone who's not. And the only way to be a good drow, like a capital G, like good aligned drow, is to escape the Underdark so you are out of their reach. And even then, Drizzt is actively pursued often. Alright, rant over. We need to lower this force field so we can kill all the little baby scorpions inside. To do that, we need to hit these levers at the same time. So I'm going to tell the hireling to hit the other one. Good enough. Got it open. We just do that, what? 5 more times? Down go the hatchlings. Get over here. I don't like having to use the foot icon in this scenario because now I had to wait for the use icon. Really? Get over here. Use the thingy. The timing is not so tight that you can't do it yourself if you're really quick. Like I've done it. Let's give it a shot. Let's give it a shot to see how tight that is. You want to start. Hatchling changed my target for me. Thank you. You want to kind of start in the middle so you can reach both of them. And then I'm just going to target the other one and pound the button before I'm even done with the first. Wasn't quite fast enough. Come on, use. No. And no. Alright, get over here, hireling. Come earn your pay. Oh, come on. You can't hit the thing in the force field. Get over here. You hit the button while I hit the button. Alright, 3 left. There is an optional down this path? I'm going to say it's this way. Where you just take out a gnoll party. Yep. If you see the gnolls, you went the wrong way, basically. Ooh, an optional guy. And he's also dead. I hate the noise they make. It doesn't sound... I guess it is based on, like, hyenas, because hyenas make an obnoxious sound. But it still sounds like a wet, dying cat whenever they die. Like, every single one of them makes the dying cat noise. Getting a little tilted and a little tired because of how late it is from how long this chain's taking. We are in the home stretch. I will say that. The remaining 2 quests are not nearly as luck dependent. Like, there's no more random... Get over here. No random stuff. Even the big quest we have left is not nearly as crazy as the ones we've done. We've basically saved the fast ones for last. We got, what, 1 more of these things? No, 2 more. Man. Don't you love going down identical hallways and doing the same thing you've already done 6 times just to prove that you can do it? The old math homework approach to dungeon design. Did it once, now show your work, prove that you can do it. I like symmetry, right? But good blindness. that doesn't already annoy me. Hey, hireling. Oh, I put it on passive. That's on me. Hey, hireling. Thank you for doing your job. I should go get remove blindness potions. So, the proper thing to do is to spend some of our ludicrous 114,000 platinum that we already have and use that, please. Go just buy a stack of potions. We should have a stack of remove curse potions, a stack of remove blindness potions, and then we never have to worry about being blinded or cursed ever again. We just put them on the bar down here, and it's like, oh, I was cursed. Chug. Done. That's what we should do. But I never remember to do it. Alright. We're going to take advantage of actually having the horses out here. Horses did not exist when this place was made, so it is nice to make it go a little faster, because this is a huge area. The last of the prerequisite quests is to the south and requires a couple of big jumps. So if you're just going for the main quests, this is the road we came in on. You know, there's the entrance and we go all the way over here. We are in the ravine section, so we're going to go straight and to the right. We need to head south generally. So our first jump is going to be just on the other side of this. We need to cross over here. Now, there is this nice little, kind of like an arrow in the rock saying, yes, jump here. Similar right here. We jump. And now we're pretty much safe. There's going to be a lot of stealth bad guys, and there's potentially a rare right here, which did not spawn today. A lot of stealth bad guys. I'm going to try to run past them for the sake of going fast. We're going to go through this little crack in the rock. And the Volkur spiral is literally a spiral in the ground. Like we're going into a crack in the ground, which is the roof of their temple, basically. I'm using shift to go down faster and just going to jump right in. We're basically kicking in the skylight of their temple. And again, fall down. This is an interestingly designed quest. It does something that I don't see happen very often. We're going to run through this dungeon backwards. We are here to steal the blood offering. And then we're going to make a run for the entrance of the temple. Oh, I forgot. I have to kill the named scorpion that pops up. And then they run in here going, they've penetrated deeply. Don't let them get to the surface. Like, all right. There will be a constant supply of bad guys chasing us for this entire quest. Will you try not to get yourself killed, please? There is one shrine in this quest, and I don't want to have to use it. So, a lot of the locks are, the DM just say they're meant to keep invaders out, not in. That's why the levers are on our side, is we're on the inside, fighting our way out. So we're deactivating their defenses and such, going the way they weren't expecting to have to defend. There are fire traps on this bridge. I'm going to go ahead and just fire resist up. I think if we kind of pop onto this rounded out section, we can kind of go around the fire trap. You raise the bridge, and those guys can't chase you anymore. Also, you know, if you've separated your party, they can't follow anymore either. So, it's basically just a heist. We stole the thing at the very beginning, and if we were allowed to just dimension door and climb back out, you know, quest over, but we're not. There's extra stuff, like little fights and potentially a few treasure chests maybe, if you can pick those locks. But I can't, so I don't. Alright. When you beat this first mini-boss here, we actually want to turn around and kill Darkstinger, who aggroed from quite a ways away. We want to go down into the hallway he came from. Because from Darkstinger forward, there are 2 or 3 chests, and these chests have a chance of dropping the spectral gloves. I don't know what they do now because they updated all the items, but their basic effect was ghost touch. They were one of the few non-weapon sources of ghost touch, so you could just put those gloves on and you could use any weapon you wanted in order to beat up ghosts instead of having to switch to a ghost touch weapon. I don't know what all they do now. So, these side doors right here, you'll notice it's a regular door. It's not a big locked door anymore. If I use Q, I can see there's a treasure chest in the room, so we will go in this one. And we get another shot at the gloves. Nope. And we move forward. I think we have, what, one more chance? I don't think they drop in the end chest, honestly. I think it's only the side chests. Come on, out of my way so I can open the door. Alright, we use Q. I do not sense a chest, so I'm not going to go in that one. We're going to keep going forward. Pilgrim? Hey, Pilgrim. In my way. Thanks, Acid Arrow. I cast... Maybe it was in the last quest. Thought I cast Acid Resistance, but I think I just plowed forward this time. These guys can also dispel you, so... Oh, there's a chest in this one, so we're gonna go. And... did we get any shinies? Nope. Doesn't hurt to look. Yes, this one. So, the shrine in this quest is actually underneath over here. You go through this little crack here and you can swim underwater a little ways and it'll take you to the shrine. I don't need it, so I'm not going to go. It also gives you a little bit of a breather from the enemies. What we are going to do is cast Electric Resist. Cast failed. That's not very common. Let's try that again. So, there are electrical traps on this green like ramp hill going up that we need to climb. So up we go. If I hadn't have jumped down, you could actually kind of maybe work your way up and jump some of this so you didn't have to walk the whole way up. Only one character in your party needs to do this if you're doing it with a group. The goal here is to get high enough to actually jump onto the other side of this bridge, which not sure why it's not letting me. There we go. This is completely intended. That's not me doing anything weird. You're supposed to jump your way over here. And then if you want the rest of your party, you can push that lever. It'll lower the bridge. Everybody else can run across. I'm by myself, so I'm not going to pull the lever, because that means none of those guys can chase me because they can't lower the bridge. And now we're basically at the end of the quest. A couple more dudes. And then we're going to hit that lever and go fight the boss. Gonna throw our fire resist up again, just in case. This guy does cast Stone Skin on himself, but we do so much damage it doesn't matter. And through the door. Cave entrance. I like the idea of you're going backwards through the quest. You kick in the skylight, you grab your thing, and you have to run out. So here's the person who gave us the quest. We give her, we ruined their ritual. And she's like, hurry, get back to town. Let's skedaddle. Now we have to go back to town, because we need to turn the quests in before we can accept the last quest. This last one, I haven't actually done that many times, because, I've done it. I've even done the raid. I've done this raid solo. I wonder... We might be able to do this raid. Not on this character. We might be able to do this raid. I'll have to put some thought into that. But first, talk to Mr. Thriceborn here. What happened when you tried to use the phylactery to force Swabi to do anything? Swabi looked into your soul and you realized you were an idiot. So, Mr... What does shadowy mean? Nothing. Mr. I want to live forever saw what eternity looks like and has decided he wants to die instead. And this guy, what is your deal? Yeah, so now he says he'll trade us the Jinn Orb for the Ifrit Orb. But he didn't bring this up until now. How were we supposed to know he had that other than we just accept all the quests and run around, right? How are we supposed to know he had it? Maybe Swabi says he has it. I don't know. Yeah, I don't care about any of this. And then, so we trade the orbs. We have the phylactery. We were never actually going to give it to the guy. The guy was just like, oh God, I don't want it anymore. I'm like, that's right, you dumb. And then she's the one who wanted to screw up the ritual. And all she does is she takes some of it and draws a symbol on her head. That's enough. That's all it took. Was the blessed blood. There's your symbol on your head. Meditative? What is that? All of the little... Oh. All but one of the little walk-up quests. So here is the ancestor of the guy from the first quest. You've restored my faith in goodness. Thank you. And here's a family heirloom. Great, thanks. Right here, this guy we never even talked to. He's just an explorer. We tell him about the tomb of the physician. He gives us an item. We tell him about the tomb of the astrologer. He gives us an item. Plagued. I'm seeing a lot of these combo things that I'm not familiar with. We tell him about killing all the scorpions. Gives us an item, none of which I care about. All of my inventory slots are full. I'm going to eat this rock. Do I have any more of those XP gems to eat? We tell him about stealing all the gems from the mine. He gives us an item. And apparently I need to go and sell all this random stuff. The barkeep is way in the back. Boing. Mount suppressed because we got close to the bar. Right before I was going to use it to jump. Sell gems. Oh, I want the dust cart, so I'm going to lock that. I might as well keep the coins and the wand. There we go. We out. Poof back on the horse because we're out of range. Jump into the oasis because it's faster than going around. If you picked up extra gems in that Maraud the Mines quest, there's a guy right here. You can trade in the extras to him and he gives you like a little bit of cash. It's super not worth it, but you can. And now that I have all three of the quest items, we're going to give them to Swabi. I have the drow blood. Oh, he draws the symbol on us. I have the phylactery, and he goes, sweet! Bam! Broken. And I have the Orb of the Jinn, which superpowers him. So his whole plan here... Now, he wants to also banish Queen Lilat, who is the other major evil out here. But she's very powerful. So what he's done is he's she has this, what's it called? The Court of Eternity. And it makes her invulnerable while she's in it. So I already had that out. But I want you. His plan is to take her in her safe room. It's a safe room. We give her a bloody nose. She goes, oh crap, these adventurers might be able to kill me. She goes to her safe room. And then she's invulnerable. He's going to sabotage the safe room, so it's actually one of the only places we can successfully kill her. So what we're doing right now is we're going to go to her court and beat her up and make her go to her safe room. And then the raid is you breaking in and actually killing her. So her quest is a long way into the desert. I honestly thought that this quest was a raid for a long time. I skipped it over and over again. Still no rare. I skipped it over and over again because I thought it was a raid. I didn't realize this quest is a quest. It's also really freaking far. It's at the very far end of the map. I'm not even 100% sure I'm going the right way, but I think I am. So you turn left at the entrance to the desert. You basically go all the way to the Volkur spiral, but you turn right instead of going left. And you just work your way up all of these switchbacks. I'm hesitant to jump down, but I feel like I'm supposed to. I'm gonna get mad if I end up at the wrong quest. Yeah, that's the big mountain. Yeah, I don't think I wanted to jump down. No, I still have a lot of south left to go. If you fall into the ravine, it's a long, long way to reset your path to try again. The scar. Yeah, I think I wanted to still be up there. So, okay, we can get back up here, hopefully. Yes. We need to go more south. So I turned and I shouldn't have. We want to keep going this way. There we go. More south. Mind the gap. That looks promising. Get out of here, Mephit. More jumping. Remember that your horse actually gives you a little bonus to your jump distance because of your movement increase. Here we go. Nice, I like the metal bones. Against the Demon Queen. This quest involves a riddle. So, Tome of the Six Swords. There are... I don't think there's actually 6. Are there 6? Yeah, maybe there are 6. There's 6 different paths you have to go get a crest out of each one. You have to do them in the right order. The order is random-ish. There's 4 combinations, and this little poem thing tells you the order. Poisoner's the first to draw blood. Mockery and grasping never cross. Night strikes close to hungry. Devious deals the killing blow. So they're referring to different animals. So this snake section, I believe, is poisoner. Mockery is monkey. Grasping... What would be grasping? Octopus. Night is bat. Hungry is wolf, probably. Devious. I'm going to say maybe scorpion. Point is, you can just get on the wiki. Against the Demon Queen quest. And right here, riddle. There are 6 animals, 4 combinations. That's a lot more than 4. Alright, so ours starts with Poisoner. Oh, that's the worst one. 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we got 7 options. So Poisoner. And then Mockery, Grasping. Boop, 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 boop. This one right here. Then Night Hungry. Night Hungry. Ends on Devious. There we go. Our order is Scorpion, Monkey, Wolf, Bat, Octopus, Snake. That's it. Poisoner is Scorpion, huh? Not Snake? See, I would have got it wrong because I didn't know which animal it was referring to. I got Scorpion and Snake backwards. Oh, right. Other bad guys. Man, I never saw that before. Your death fulfills my pact with the Demon Queen, or whatever he said. Yeah, your death fulfills my pact with the Queen. That means he was summoned to kill X number of guys, and we would have been his last guy. If he would have killed us, he would have got to go home. Man, that's the... I've got 2 days left to retirement. Anyway, now that we have the solution to our puzzle, we can actually go. If you get them wrong, I don't think it... Oh, Caco Demons. Interesting. I don't think you fail the quest. I think you might have to start the runs over. I think the wiki mentioned something about it teleports you into a punishment room where you fight some undead. That looks like a snake. Which one are you? So, here is the Scorpion. Scorpion is what we want to start with, based on our pattern. So, yeah, we got to go down 6 different paths, but each of the 6 paths is going to have something a little different. So, this is obviously going to be crumbly. Oh no! Scorpions! Yeah, come to me. Come to me so I can cleave. Poison trap. So, that square on the wall is what we're looking for in each of these sections. We need to read her evil Bible in the right order before she will give us an audience. So we use the first one, and the Prince of Swords appears. So, because we got it right, he shows up. I was kind of hoping they would give us a dimension door. Now I gotta go do the second one, which is Monkey. Climb our way out of the crumbled room. Come on, climb. Climb, please. Climb, please. Please. Climb, please. Thank you. Now I gotta look for the one with the monkey on it. I want to say this center thing is the jail. So that's where you get sent if you do it wrong. That one's still Snake. You monkey? That's wolf. That's obviously a bat. How about you? Ah, the Shrine of the Silver Monkey. Here we go. Really? You didn't die? There you go. Now you're dead. Onward. This is going to have a bunch of wild men. Because we don't have a monkey model. I don't think we have a monkey at all. There's no monkey, there's no gorilla. There's just the wild men. So whereas we got ambushed by little scorpions in the first one and poison traps, this time we've got a bunch of jumping sections. Can I make that? No. Come on, climb up. Alright, we're just gonna kill these guys and then try to find our way up. Takes a lot longer than in melee. Especially when they heal themselves. There we go. Alright, I know I can get on this. Can I make this one? There we go. There we go. Ugh. There we go. Lever get.
Hear the clatter of upward colors rising to the south.
Okay, I was expecting... Oh, south is this way. Of course. And we didn't make it. Oh, it's on a timer. Right, because monkeys are supposed to be fast. But I can't even get to the stupid ledge. Alright. Alright. I knew there was something to it. Gotta be quick like a monkey. Or smarter. So we're going to leave the hireling there. I think we can go to the side here because of our crappy jump. And that'll get us up and over here. And now that we're already over here, we'll have her hit the lever. Wow, aren't we fast? Up. 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 And up again. Up. Up. You know, guys. Oh, come on. You can my head is going... I could practically hit that guy just right here. I could. I did hit him. Just climb up. Oh, I can absolutely hit you now. Really? Come on. Alright, at least I got one of them. Guess I'll just throw stuff at... How about you get over here and nuke them for me? That's your favorite thing to do. Really? You're going to go... There we go. Yes, thank you. Come on. I get the feeling we're going to need speed again, so... Weren't you dead? No, you are now. Once again, you hit the lever, I go through. One more wave of wild men, and then we can meet the Prince of Swords again. Alright. He gets one-shotted. Alright, that was the second worst path. What's next? Wolf. Okay. Wolf's pretty easy if I remember right. Octopus is obviously a swimming section. So the swimming can get a little iffy. But I'll take swimming over trying to get him to grab the edge and climb up.
You hear frantic scratching and whining.
Oh no.
Along this hallway.
Those are not wolves. Those are thrack hounds. So, the hireling can get you past the monkey section. I don't think that there's anything else like that that needs multiple characters. And if you're fast enough, I think you can make it through anyway. I'm just clunky and slow. And I had the hireling, so I used it. Octopus is swim, monkey is jump. Everything else is basically just kill all the bad guys until you get to the end. And unlike something like Chains of Flame, you know, the Burning City quest, I really don't mind running 6 different paths here because they are flavored differently. You know, the symmetry is not a crippling requirement this time because the ways are different. Different enemies. Some of them are different challenges. I want to say the bat one is especially trapped. Guess we'll find out. Bat is next. I think bat was back on the other side, if I remember right. Or maybe no. Maybe it was just this middle one. Nope, that was still snake. Where are you over there? That's probably octopus. This one's bat. Here we go. See? Got a bat. The bat one has a whole bunch of sonic traps in it. You know, because echolocation, basically. There is a trick to them. I don't remember what it was. Well, I guess the first thing is we could just cast Sonic Resist. I'm trying to remember what the trick to it was. I think it was something like if you stay, you know, some equivalent of trying to stay quiet. It's like just wait for the trap to go away. And here we go. Lights on. Kill the last wave of methods, which are only like kind of bats. We have demonic bats. I wonder why they didn't use the demonic bats. Alright, number 5 is octopus. So now you get to see the other more tricky one. I think octopus is 2 to the right. We'll double check before we go all the way in, of course. Yep, that's an octopus. So, into the water we go. We never really go super deep, so you don't really have to worry about drowning or anything like that, because there's plenty of times you can just surface. Let's see, I'm looking for a lever, which I think is in the middle of this. Yeah, it's in the middle of all that rubble, so they're trying to hide this stuff from you a little bit. I am trapped, which is kind of scary if you don't have a way of healing yourself or anything, but there should be... Where are you at, lever? I'm gonna... There we go. My body kept getting in the way, so I zoomed in the camera so that I'm not in my own way of being able to see. Scoop up the key, which I don't think I actually needed. Reset breath. There we go, iron key. On the other side of the iron key required door, it's a lever. Judging by the map, there's only one way to go that we didn't already just go. Nice blender, though. And as usual, like, the breath meter means nothing when you have this much HP. And we're out of the water section. Granted, we still need to get out of it, but... I was gonna say, Mind Flayer is kind of a stretch for Octopus, but what else would they have picked? What kind of monster would you pick for an octopus when you don't actually have aquatic enemies in the game? Alright, let's swim back the way we came, which was farther south, or south, down, and last we have snake. Snake. There's no snake monster in the game either, so it's probably going to be like Yanti or something. That'd be my guess. Trying to remember if there was anything special to the snake section. Nothing jumps out at me. I don't want to know what happens if you fall down. There might be a portal like there was in Chains of Flame. No, we want the middle one. Snackety snake. Alright, Snake. You're the only thing between me and ending this quest. What was that? Something was actively running away. I thought those were kobolds at first. I was gonna say, like, what are kobolds got to do with snakes? There we go. That was the snake section. Not quite as inspired as octopus or monkey, but not all of them have to be a major challenge, right? Alright. Confront Queen Lilat. We have officially earned her attention. Never mind that we kind of murdered her husband and got his eternal soul double murdered. We screwed up her tribe of drow, assuming they're actually working with them. We have crippled the Gnoll city by getting all of their slaves free and just murdering all of the guys we came across. She probably knows exactly who we are. Sure, I will let the hireling rest. More mana for spamming. Couple more. Free, and we should be actually at the boss. Top off that fire resistance. They stopped me from casting Bless? That seems appropriate for a demon, but still. I guess that's what I get for not having concentration as one of my skills. I don't have Quicken, so... Really should be casting things before combat, not in combat. There we go. Queen Lilat.
Look upon the mighty form of Caravan, Lilat, the Rakshasa consort stands.
Oh, I'm supposed to talk to her. You have honored me according to the ancient ways. How quaint! And then she promptly tries to kill us. I have to prove myself worthy after having already killed everything else. Of course, she's made of demon, which is like one of my best things I like to hit. And whoop, it's going to teleport us into the boss arena. Oh, the chest was a trap. And we beat her up again. So, we have beaten the ever-loving tar out of her, so she has retreated to her safe room, which is exactly where Swabi wants her. At this point, you know, that was actually fairly short for that much XP. At this point, you would go do the raid. And the raid is basically you kick down the door of her safe room. I'm not walking back. You kick down the door of the safe room, you stab her. And by stab her, I mean mostly you shoot her because she hides in the corners of the room most of the time. So we're going to go high-five Swabi and say, hey, we've done all the quests. All the quests are done. Just a raid that... Unlike most of the other raids, this raid is mostly about muscle. There's nothing here that I can't do solo, so... It's so late. What you got for me, Swabi? Oh, we do get a consolation prize for not being able to do the raid. About the raid. Swabi's Revenge. Ah, why the hell not? Let's do the raid. First, I need to get on a more appropriate character. Alright. Back on a character a little higher level. Should be able to handle this. So, the raid, Swabi's Revenge. Send me to the Circle of Eternity. Not the epic version, please. We will very much die. Heroic. We're just here as tourists. So,
This must be the hellish lair where the wizard prince among Lilat ever lived.
this is a wizard rogue character, so we should be plenty defensive enough, despite the game scaling raids to having 12 people, whether or not you've got 12 people. We should be fine. So this whole raid, we're going to kill a few Ifrit, which we're just going to kerthunk with my quarterstaff. And then we get straight into the boss. Unlike a lot of the other raids in the game, like, it's really just the boss fight. The trick is we had to do that pre-raid, the last quest we did. A lot of people forget that they need to do that one. And it used to be a little tricky to do without, like, the wiki to tell you how to do it. So you used to have a group of 12 people all ready to do the raid, and half the people needed to go do that quest again before they could actually do the raid. Did you have to do it every time you did the raid? You might have even had to do it every time you wanted to do the raid. That's not where we're going. Huh. I don't remember this little rest section thing.
This portal churns with instability.
Bloop.
Doubt Swabi's magic can hold it open for long.
So, we are officially in the raid boss fight. I can't bring any of my hirelings. Oh, although I can bring my little skeleton knight, because he's a pale master. Yeah, we kind of get a little friend. Alright, hi. Hi. You will not find it easy to leave now. And she promptly knocks us over. Alright, so the gimmick to this fight is she's got a lot of guys. She's gonna teleport back and forth. Ooh, big blades. We're gonna step outside of the blades, and we're gonna shoot a laser at her. Wow. I may have picked. Oops. How much damage did we do? I only hit her for 1,000 damage. Alright. I had nothing to worry about, apparently. So, it's just an arena fight, right? So she'll teleport in, you beat her up a little bit, she'll start teleporting around the outsides, so you have to range, like bow, spell, whatever. There's gnolls on these things attacking you, and then she'll pop back in, big blade barriers attacking you that I was kind of stepping through, and you kind of go back and forth. You beat her up a little bit, she'll teleport away, you shoot her a little bit, she'll teleport back, and eventually she goes down. That's the raid. Or you come in and one-shot her with your laser beam because you forgot just how silly it was that you're higher level. Sandstorm glasses. Binds to character on acquire, as all raid items do. Almost all raid items do. I don't actually know what any of these do, so... Oh, look! Blindness immunity. That would have been helpful. Use magic device, search, spot, true seeing. Those are not bad. Those are honestly not bad. I mean, obviously we're going to take them because why would we leave them there? And some cash. Alright, well, you know, technically we have completed the entire pack. There was no way that the paladin was going to be able to survive in here. There was no way the paladin could do it. But apparently the wizard could just... Ba-boo! Quest done. Let's see if we get anything special in our quest reward. Might as well. So, after many hours out here in the desert, what's the verdict? Well, I guess as a bit of story, the final bit of story, we've finally killed his tormentors, right? The people who summoned him here wouldn't let him leave and made him a slave to their whims, and he's killed them both. He's successfully killed them both, but he's too weak now. He's bent all of his power holding her in place to let us kill her. So in a couple of millennia, maybe he'll be able to break free again, but he's immortal, so, you know, he's fine with waiting. Anyway, what do I think of this pack? So the bottom line here is I don't like this pack. The Scorpion quests are fine. The Undead quests are okay. It's basically 2 identical quests leading you up to a quest that's kind of the same as the other quests. But the gnoll quest just sours me on this entire pack. It's too long. It's too long of a walk to get there. It's too punishing. And it's too easy for somebody to get to the end of that, like, last 5 minutes of that quest and fail it because of a required curse that if you didn't already know about it, can't do the rest of the quest, or you can't do it reasonably. The items are all updated recently, but I don't care. I don't do the raids, and most of the items that really got like fancy versions are either the raid items or the items from the explorer area that I've never managed to get drop in the first place. I get Dust Cart. I don't think I've ever got a Ring of Spell Storing. I think I've maybe seen somebody have a Bloodstone once. It's items that I don't ever get. So the items I don't have getting updated does not excite me. I don't want to go farm them. I don't want to have to go run these quests. It's got a lot of value in it if you're not as jaded as I am about the quests. So it's not a bad buy. I just don't like it. And I personally skip over it at level 10, 11, really. I don't run these anymore. So, next time, we're going to go somewhere that I always go. We are heading to Barovia, the Dungeons & Dragons online version of the Mists of Ravenloft. It is one of those ones you have to buy separately, but I think it's worth it. It was I want to say it was the first one they did that with. Maybe. Regardless, there's going to be a huge, obvious, apparent difference in quality between this very old, admittedly very old pack and all the shininess we're going to see next time. Quick interruption. I realized I had forgotten to do the level up at the end of the session, but also I wanted to point this out real quick while I'm doing inventory management. Right here in the smack dab in the center of the marketplace, there's a potion vendor. I've talked about him before, but I finally remembered to actually go and buy potions. In particular, we can buy potions of curse removal, since we can't cast remove curse yet. It'll get us out of a couple of sticky jams like we could have got into in that really annoying quest. Also, just straight up potions of blindness removal, just in case we get blinded by something and the hireling's not being reliable about it. And potions of jumping, just in case we need to get a little bit more air, because our clunky paladin does not have the stats that you would. Fighters and all them all strength based, they get a whole bunch of jump naturally. We're not strength based, we don't have the jump, so we're just gonna buy those potions. There's also poison cure potions and disease removal. We don't need those because we have the paladin's remove disease ability. But when you buy potions, you just go ahead and lock those in your inventory. Throw them in the back tab. Put them on your bar first. They really can just live on your little hot bar, and you'll never have to worry about them, but you'll be super glad you have them. And then, just to get it out of the way so we're fresh for Barovia, let's go get that level. Paladin Trainer. Next level is Paladin. Get our half a point and use magic device. We technically get level 4 spells, but we don't have the stats for it yet. that was it. Now, level 4 Paladin has some really good spells. Death Ward is a huge one. Holy Sword. Holy crap, Holy Sword. That is a very, very potent damage buff for us. Restoration's not bad. Zeal is way better than it used to be. Yeah, there's a lot of spells I like at level 4. Too bad we can't cast them. Well, technically, at this particular moment I can, because I got my daily dice roll gave me a potion that gives me an hour of increased stats. So in an hour I will lose the ability to cast them. But I guess for the time being we can actually go equip them. Then when I do get the item, I don't have to forget. Into a tavern. We got what? 1 spell slot? Yeah. Ooh, and another level 1. Level 1's gonna be protection from evil. There we go. We can actually use that. I think it's got to be Holy Sword. For the, 5 seconds we're going to be able to cast it. What Holy Sword does, it gives a +1 to your weapon, so your +3 sword is now a +4 sword, and a +1 bonus to critical threat range and critical damage multiplier. So we critical on 17 to 20. I cast this spell. Now it's 16 to 20. And instead of ×2 damage, it's ×3 damage. That is ridiculously good. And if I win the auction, that I found some better goggles that will let us cast it permanently, but I have to win the auction. Alright, last little bit before we go to Barovia is going to be, what do we want to spend our points on? I guess we could get another cleave. Not super sold on it. I do like this is 1 point for a whole bunch of melee and ranged power. I'm going to leave the rest of that alone. And we're going to grab some of this Dark Illusionist stuff that we have been sadly neglecting. So, immunity to magic missiles. That's nice. If I get shield or Night Shield, I get even more defense. But even just protection from magic missiles and permanent blur. Yeah. Yep, that's what we're going to take. More defense. Which, now that I think about it, I wonder if... I'll figure out if that stacks later. No, the blur from the enhancement tree and the blur from our item we had do not stack. So we're switching over to Dust Cart for the extra dodge and extra HP. Anyway, we are off to Barovia. So again, thanks for watching. Just tacking this on at the end of the Demon Sands video so that we can get straight into Barovia on the next one, which is where I'm going right now. See you then.